Hello, I'm Reverend Michael Mugford. I'm in ministry at Cole Harbour Woodside United Church, and I'm offering spiritual reflection today through United Churches for Dartmouth. On Monday morning, I opened up my email, and one of my regular email newsletters popped in, The Corners, and it's written by Nadia Bolz-Weber, who refers to herself as the sarcastic Lutheran. In her newsletter this week, she wrote about how she has a particular connection with Mary. Not the Mary, the mother of Jesus, but Mary, Jesus' follower. She writes that every year during the Easter Vigil, she gets choked up at the scene where Mary is outside of the tomb weeping because she's found the tomb empty. She's shocked and she's upset and she's grieving, and she speaks the words to the person who appears to her, which she believes is the gardener. And she says, "They have taken away my Lord, and I do not know where they have laid him." Now Mary has followed Jesus, loved him, and now only wants to anoint his body in death. But she's in such a state she can't recognize the risen Jesus. That is until she hears him speak her name, Mary. And then she finds comfort. She finds the ability to go on for all of the days of the rest of her life. Bolz-Weber references all of the days as a quote from the 23rd Psalm. And she points out that in the most recent sermon she wrote around this psalm, the word all stuck out for her. She says, all of the days of our lives mean just that. The good ones, the bad ones, the hard ones, the easy ones, the tiring ones, and the ones that invigorate us. All of them are our days. We attribute to the psalm from David, the 23rd Psalm, that line. And we know that is one that offers comfort and hope, not just for today, but for all of the days, the yesterdays and the tomorrows, as well as today. The Spirit of life is present in us and with us and to us in everything we do, in every moment we find ourselves. Bolz-Weber concludes with all of the days of our lives. From our very first moment, God calls our name, right up until the day, as she writes, God lovingly calls each of us by name one last time. And just as Mary recognized the risen one in the speaking of her name, we too recognize the eternal one in the speaking of our names. And day in and day out, until we dwell in the house of our God now and forever, if we listen, if we pay attention, we too hear that name. Just some thoughts for today. Peace.